Hey everybody, my name is Tristan Cosme, and I welcome you to my channel. And today in this video I'd like to talk about is the future of the Disneyland Resort. Now as you all know, Galaxy Edge has already opened up at Disneyland. The Avengers Campus is supposed to open next year, and especially Galaxy Edge's second attraction, Rise of the Resistance, and Mickey's Runaway attraction that's also going to be opening in Mickey's Toontown in the year of 2022. But besides all those projects, what is next in store for Disneyland Resort? Well, I know people are talking about a new Tomorrowland. When's it going to happen? And I know a lot of people were disappointed with this year's D23 Expo by not announcing a new Tomorrowland, which I think it will happen in the next couple of years, even like before or after the 70th anniversary of Disneyland. And if Tomorrowland's going to happen, then most of the buildings in Tomorrowland will have to be demolished and rebuilt from scratch. Like Star Tours, Buzz Lightyear Ice Blaster, the People Mover track, the People Mover platform station, Tomorrowland Terrace, the stage, Innoventions building, the Alien Pizza Planet restaurant, and especially the Magic Eye Theater, and of course Star Trader and the Starcade building. And while Spacebound does close and actually goes through a major update, like inside of the queue line, the ride itself and everything, all of it to be completely redone. And for the attractions, I think Tomorrowland will be getting some dark rides, which I think Tomorrowland does need some dark rides. And I'm pretty sure we could get a high-tech motion simulator ride that could replace Star Tours. I don't know about coaster, because the Tron Light Cycle coaster is pretty big. Even Dave from Fresh Baked Disney, good shout out to him, had a video about it, about the size of the Tron coaster, and it's pretty big, and it would take up most of Tomorrowland, so it's better just to have multiple attractions. And so I think they'll probably give us maybe another new e-ticket attraction or something they got in mind for Tomorrowland in the future. And if we get the People Mover back, then they're gonna have to build the track from scratch all over again, especially the People Mover platform station, to build a new one, and that way you can go through the new showroom buildings and everything, and then there you go, we got ourselves a People Mover if that ever happens. After the Astro Orbiter, yes, they will definitely go back on top of the People Mover platform station, so that way it's easier to enter in and out of Tomorrowland, especially on a busy day. And they would definitely change the rockets around and change the name and make it look like retro rocket jets, something like that. That would be really cool to see. And for the restaurants, I think we could get something like Space, what is it, Space 220? That's what they're calling it at Epcot, something like that. Maybe we could get something like that in Tomorrowland. In which I think that's what Tomorrowland also needs to focus on, the future of space travel and everything, because space is timeless, so I think that's what they'll probably focus on as well when they do Tomorrowland again, is focus on space as well. And I would like to see like a sci-fi diner type that you see on like TV shows and movies that are very sci-fi-ish, and you see like a diner in one of the scenes. I think that's something that I would like to see in Tomorrowland. That would be really cool if they ever bring one of those into Tomorrowland. And if they're gonna do Tomorrowland as well, then they'll definitely make it like Galaxy Edge, where it's like so interactive and immersive and everything, like it is at Galaxy Edge. So I think they'll do something like that in Tomorrowland. So that will be really, really cool. And last but not least, I don't know what's going to happen with the Utopias and the submarine voyage. I think they'll stick around for at least a while until Disney has something good plans for those two attractions. So who knows what they're going to do with those two. For Fantasyland, I think we will get a Fantasyland attraction. I don't think we're going to get like a huge expansion or anything like there have been rumors about it before, where it would occupy whether the Mickey's Magical Map Show, where the Fantasyland Theater is right now, or Mickey's Toontown. So I think they'll just give us a new attraction, like probably where the old motorboat cruise area is at right now. It's like next to the Utopias and across from the Matterhorn. So if they're gonna give us one, then it'll probably be Frozen, be based off on the sequel, unless if they are just gonna give us maybe a Mary Poppins ride, Cinderella, uh, Beauty and the Beast, or whatever they got in mind for which IP they want to put in Fantasyland. So who knows? And I did hear about some rumors about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride being replaced, which I don't think everybody doesn't want to see Mr. Toad's Wild Ride going anywhere. So uh, I think that's just going to stay for a long time. But for Snow White, I think they'll reimagine the attraction by giving us some new effects and everything and new animatronics. And for Pinocchio, I don't know. I think Pinocchio will probably stick around too. There were rumors about it being replaced before, but I think they'll probably update those attractions and and have them be modernized and everything. Unless if they ever decide, let's just replace them with multiple IP attractions coming into Fantasyland. But but if Mickey's Magical Map the popularity starts to go down a lot, then there is a good chance that we could see the Fantasyland Theater being demolished, or unless they just give us a new show for Fantasyland. If not, then they'll just completely demolish it and give us a big new e-ticket attraction or so, and probably a new restaurant in Fantasyland, which I think Fantasyland needs another sit-down restaurant, so that way there's more seats available for people to eat at and everything, instead of walking around and finding a place to eat at and everything. So that would be cool if they ever try to do that. And then for Hollywoodland, I think Hollywoodland desperately needs love and attention. Same thing with Tomorrowland. So I think Disney will focus on both of those lands that really need attention, like Tomorrowland and Hollywoodland. So for Hollywoodland, I think they'll probably just put some multiple attractions in there, a new show. That way it can pop. That way they can start to bring in more and more people into the area, and which the backlot needs a lot of attention. I think they should probably just get rid of a lot of stuff in that area and probably just whether demolish them or transition into new attractions or whatever permanently, so that way they don't use those buildings temporary for like seasonal stuff or anything. So I'm glad they brought in Mickey's PhilharMagic in the area and start to a little bit fill in more people into that area. So that's good to hear about that. And yeah, and I hope we get to see something like that again in the backlot area of Hollywoodland. So for Downtown Disney, I think we will see more and more new restaurants coming in and new shops and new entertainment, and I think Downtown Disney could be expanded soon. If they're going to expand it, they'll probably put the new shopping wing area where the Stitch parking lot used to be, which it's now a cast member parking lot, and that's where the pedestrian bridge is at. And if they really expand on that area, then we'll definitely have a lot of stuff to see at Downtown Disney, and Downtown Disney will be more of an all-day shopping district area for the guests who are visiting Disneyland, especially for the locals who are coming out for the day. And that would be really something, and make Downtown Disney sort of like Disney Springs, but be more like our own version of Downtown Disney. Like maybe they'll still call it Downtown Disney District, unless they'll change the name and rebrand it. We'll probably rebrand Downtown Disney District or whatever they're going to do with the center itself. So, and I wonder what's going to happen with the Rainforest Cafe building. I think it will be probably be demolished and be replaced whether by a new restaurant or a new store or whatever they're going to put in there. I don't know about ESPN Zone yet, because I heard there's permanent files saying that they're actually going to definitely do some rework into the inside, so they could be probably building a new restaurant or a new pop-up place for Disney or whatever they're going to do with that location. So who knows what they got in store for the location of the ESPN Zone. Same thing for AMC Movie Theater. Plus, there is actually a parking lot that's right behind the AMC Movie Theater. That looks like a good area to expand a new shopping wing area for the Downtown Disney District as well, which I think that'll be cool. That way they could put some shops and restaurants and some little entertainment in that area. That way Downtown Disney is more like Disney Springs and would be more of going there for most of the day and everything. That would be really, really cool, and I would like to see that. So that would be really neat. And that way there will be more people in that area as well. And the next question is will there ever be a new hotel? Which I'm glad they actually canceled the one that we were originally going to get at the west end of downtown Disney. And I didn't really like it where it was located at, and I didn't really like the look of the building and everything. It looked like you would see this in Las Vegas, but and they didn't address about what the theme's going to be or anything. And so, and plus they were going to get taxpayer dollars from the city of Anaheim, like $250 million, which I'm glad the city of Anaheim didn't take any of the taxpayers' money, use it to fund to build the hotel, which I think Disney could have paid for it, on its own to build the new hotel, which I'm glad the city of Anaheim didn't give any of the taxpayer monies away to Disney to build this hotel. So I'm glad the residents really addressed this issue and decided they don't want their taxpayer money being used that should be privately developed. So if they were really going to if they're going to build a new hotel, they'll probably go outside and buy buy a land that's big enough for Disneyland to build a new hotel. There's a hotel that's right behind Disneyland called the Majestic Hotel, and there's an office building right behind it. And if that land goes up for sale, and if Disney buys it, there's a good chance they can build a new hotel right there. And then that way you can build a rooftop restaurant that overlooks into Disneyland, like, you know, the Matterhorn. You can see parts of Galaxy Edge and everything, and you'll be right close to the action of the fireworks going off at night, and that would be really, really cool. But if they also do buy some land that's big enough on Harbor Boulevard, like all those older hotels there in front of the Eastern Gateway project, that's a big enough land to build another Disney resort right there. And plus, you're right across the street, and you can use like a pedestrian bridge or so to get into Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure, or walk down to downtown Disney for like the night or so, or for the day, whatever you're going to be doing down there. That would be really, really cool. And I think we could see something like that in one of those two areas. And I also heard that Disney was also looking into Garden Grove area down the street from Disneyland, where you go south towards Harbor Boulevard once you pass by the Anaheim Convention Center and the Toy Story parking lot. And there's some lands that are big enough to build some hotels in that area. And they do have hotels on that street in the Garden Grove area for Disneyland. And I've been hearing that before ever since after they canceled the Fourth Hotel and looked into that area. So who knows if they're actually going to buy one of those lands, or see what they can try to put down there if they can ever find a good location to build one of Disneyland's own new resort hotel. So who really knows if that's ever going to happen or what. And for the Eastern Gateway property, I don't know if the city of Anaheim will let them build the garage again, just because those businesses were worried about losing foot traffic, because the only way to get into Disneyland was you had to go into the new security checkpoint right behind the hotels, and in order to get on the pedestrian bridge where you go over Harbor Boulevard. Plus, they were going to put the new transportation hub in that area, so that way they can lighten up the traffic in that area, just because of all the levels of activities of all the buses coming from multiple places, including Toy Story parking lot, especially putting Ubers and taxis over there as well at the new transportation hub, things like that. Plus, they were going to build a new parking structure, so who knows if the new city council will let them do it or not. So we'll see about that. And last but not least, what else could we expect for the future of Disneyland Resort? Well, we could see maybe a new attraction pop up in Disneyland somewhere, like maybe in Frontierland. I don't know if Frontierland will ever get a new attraction again, just because they don't have enough room anymore. But if they do bring something like, not like a ride, but an attraction like something where you don't have to ride on or anything, it should bring like a gold mining area, because back in the Wild West days, people were mining for gold. It was a big deal at that time. Plus, Knott's Berry Farm has a gold mining area. It's very interactive, so they should bring something like that. And for Frontierland, I think they should bring in some like more cowboys and more outlaws and everything, and make the place feel more alive with all those characters coming into Frontierland, and make it like sort of like what Knott's Berry Farm has been doing every single year in the summertime. That is called Ghost Town Live, where all the Pekins and everything, and all the cowboys, and all the sheriffs and everything all come to life, and they become very interactive with guests and everything. And it's really amazing that they're continuing to do that, and it's continuing to bring in more and more people to check it out at Knott's Berry Farm. So I think Disney should do something like that in Frontierland, and make Frontierland a really cool land where you have some cowboys and sheriffs and all that stuff, like you're bringing back, like you went back in time to the old Wild West days, and in the old Wild West and everything. So that'll be really cool. Alrighty, so thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you wanted to subscribe to my channel, you can hit the subscribe button to watch new videos that come out whenever I decide when's the next video going to pop up. And as always, thank you so much. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think will be coming to Disneyland. So as always, thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.